Hi students, hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about myths and heroes. Let's begin with a short introduction. According to the dictionary, a myth derives from a Greek word which means legend. But nowadays we use this word with several meanings, from a traditional storytelling with history to a natural or social phenomena. That's why we can say that a myth can be defined as a story about God or heroes, but also can be a popular belief, a tradition, or a false notion, an illusion. A hero in mythology and folklore can be a person with superhuman qualities who is admired for his or her courage or outstanding achievements. It can be a superhero, but also a role model or an icon. In other words, a real person. Through the example of the American dream as a myth, we will try to define at first a myth. Then we will give several examples of heroes to try to deduce their characteristic. So how to define a myth? The example of the American dream. Let's talk about that. The American dream is probably the most famous myth linked to America. According to the belief of our society, America is an amazing host country where everything is possible, also called the Promised Land. That's why there are a lot of pull and push factors which attract people to the US. So, first, the economic reason. A lot of people have to undergo poverty and joblessness in their home country. That's why they decided to emigrate to the US to start a brand new life with better living conditions. To reach their goal, some people, like the Mexicans, are ready to cross the Arizona desert. It's a very hard and exhausting journey because of the heat and because it's very long, 36 hours. It's also hazardous because of snakes and spiders, but to their minds, it's the last solution. Then some people decide to emigrate to the US to have access to good education. It was the case of Barack Obama's father, who's obtained a scholarship to study in America. He was convinced America would give him opportunities because in a generous America, you don't have to be wealthy to achieve your potential and to be successful. There are no barriers to success. There were also some people who came to America to flee wars or dictatorship because the US is seen as a place of freedom and it's a natural democracy. Finally, religious persecutions are also push and pull factors because there is an important religious freedom in the US, which attracted, for example, the Jews in the 1930s. To put in a nutshell, America seems to be the perfect country without drawbacks. It seems to be a land where everything is possible for everybody. But in fact, not for everybody. There are a lot of examples which show that the American dream is not as wonderful as people may think. The Mexican immigrants are often arrested at the border and sent back to the country. Consequently, their dreams comes to an end because the US faces a mass influx of illegal immigrants and tries to arrest them in a big wall separating Mexico from the US. Then, in the case of Ellis Islands, which was the main immigration station before 1954, this place was naturally nicknamed the Golden Door, but also the Island of Tears, because some people were rejected because America didn't want people who would be dependent of the welfare states and they had to undergo 2 steps, a medical exam and 29 questions to be accepted. And a lot of things could prevent them from being accepted. The American dream could become the American nightmare. Eventually, it's not easy to reach America, and then you are not sure to be happy. There are risks to be disillusionist because America is not as you expect.